Hello friends, today I'll be looking at polynomials in mathematics. So, factor theorem of polynomials. So I'm going to use this example to explain factor theorem of polynomials. This is actually cubic function. You can see this is a polynomial x raised to the power of 3 plus 3x raised to the power of 2 minus 13x plus c. And this question said that x plus 5 is a factor of this. We should show that c is equal to 15. C is actually is 15 minus 15 actually. So in this case, it is required that we're going to use this factor to find to prove that c is actually equal to minus 15. So for us to do that, I'm going to apply a factor theorem. So, factor theorem, function of x is equal to 0. So, meaning that if this x plus 5 is a factor, is a factor of this polynomial expression, it's supposed to be equal to 0. That's what the factor theorem is all about. And still means that when you equate this into 0, we will be looking at the constant. We should be able to find the constant, that is c, of this polynomial expression. Now, for me to get, first of all, I need to get the value of x. So, x plus 5, since it's a factor, it means it can actually divide this expression when we know the value of c. Of course, we know the value of c as minus 15, but we need to show it, we need to prove it, that is true. Now, this x plus 5 is equal to 0 if this function is equal to 0. So to get the value of x is going to be x is equal to minus 5. So minus 5. Now in this case, since x is minus 5 from this factor, so it means that f function of minus 5 is going to be equal to, because you know that function of x is 0, meaning that this is equal to 0 and this is equal to 0. So function of minus 5, it means that anywhere I see minus 5 in this polynomial expression, I'm going to substitute with minus 5. Anywhere I see x in this expression, I'm going to substitute with minus 5. So this is going to be minus 5 exponents raised to the power of 3 plus 3 brackets minus 5 raised to the power of 2 minus 13 brackets minus 5 plus c. So is equal to 0. Remember I said that function of x is equal to 0, meaning that this is equal to 0 and this is equal to 0. So when you equate these two, now this is going to be equal to 0. So function of x minus 5 is equal to, so minus 5 raised to the power of 3 is going to give us minus 125 plus minus 5 raised to the power of 2 is 25, because minus 5 times minus 5 is plus 25. 25 times 3 is going to be 75. 75 minus, remember minus times minus is plus, I'm going to put plus here. 5 times 13 is going to be 65. 65, then plus c is equal to 0. So this is the same thing as, so when minus 125 plus 75 plus 65, that is going to give us 15, yeah, because 75 plus 65 is going to be 140. It's going to be 140. So 140 minus 125 is going to be 15, which is equal, plus c is equal to 0. So now to make c the subject of the formula, this is equal to 0, because there's plus c here. C is equal to plus 15 will cross over to meet 0. That becomes minus 15. You can see the value of The value of C is minus 15. So we are now able to show that C is equal to minus 15. Now, the B question says, B, of course, this is A. B, say we should work out the other two factors. Now, to work out the other two factors, here I'm going to apply long division. I'm going to use this factor. Since this is a factor of this, okay, meaning that this very expression, polynomial expression, is divisible by x plus 5. So this is going to be, I'm going to draw a line here, line of division, long division. So this is going to be x plus 5. So this polynomial expression will be here. 3x raised to the power of 3 plus 3x raised to the power of 2 minus 13x minus 15. Remember that C now is minus 15. So I'm replacing C with minus 15 because we got it as minus 15, and we knew that C is equal to minus 15. So in this case, for me to get the value of the other two factors, I'm going to divide this polynomial expression with x plus 5. Doing that, I will divide the highest power of the variable, which is 3 here. This is the first time has 3 as the highest power of the variable. So I'll be dividing this expression with x. So doing that, x raised to the power of 3 divided by x, that will give me x raised to the power of 2. So right, because one x will cancel one x here, it will be x raised to the power of 2. So everything I'm going to be writing here is known as the quotient of this, when this is divided by this. So I'm going to times this quotient with the divisor, x plus 5. So x raised to the power of 2 times x raised to the power x times x, that's going to give me x raised to the power of 3, sorry, again, then plus x raised to the power of 2 times 5 is going to give me 5x raised to the power of 2. So I'll draw a line, then I'll subtract this, then this minus this is going to be 0. So 3x squared minus 5x squared, that's going to give me that's minus 2x squared, because you're subtracting the big from the small. Then you bring down minus 13x and minus 15. So I'm going to use this x again to divide this first term that has the highest power variable, which is 2. So minus 2x squared divided by x, that's going to be 1x will cancel 1x. This x will cancel 1x here. It will be minus 2x. Minus 2x. So minus 2x times x, that's going to give me minus 2x squared. So minus 2x times plus 5, that's going to give me minus 10. It's going to give me minus 10x. Then I'll put line again to subtract. This minus this will be 0. Minus 13x minus 10x. That's going to give me minus 13x plus, because minus times minus is plus 10x. So that becomes minus 13x plus 10x, which is the same thing as 10x minus 13x. That will give me minus 3x. Then I'll bring down minus 15. So I'll now use this x to divide minus 3x. That will give me, because x will cancel x, it will remain minus 3. I'm going to write minus 3 here. So minus 3, I'll use minus 3 to multiply the divisor again. That will give me minus 3 times x will give me minus 3x. Then minus 3 times plus 5. That's going to give me minus 15. I'll put minus again, I'll subtract again. So this minus this is going to give me 0. This minus this, minus 15 minus 15 is going to give me 0, because minus 15 minus times minus is going to give me plus. Minus 15 plus 15 is 0. So I'll have 0 here and I'll have 0 here. So now the division has ended. So now this is the quotient. Okay, so when you divide this polynomial expression by x plus 5, so it's going to give me x squared minus 2x minus 3. So I'll now write the quotient, which is x squared minus 2x minus 3. So now this is now a quadratic expression. So remember, this is a factor already. So I'm going to factorize this to get the two remaining factors. So factorizing this, I'm going to look for two numbers that if I add them, I'll get minus 2. But if I multiply them, I'm going to get minus 3. If you look at it, these two numbers, in order to factorize this, the two numbers are actually 1 and minus 3. Because if you add 1 and minus 3, you're going to get minus 2. But if you times 1 and minus 3, you're going to get minus, because 1 times minus 3 is minus 3. So now it's very simple. So what I need to do, since I have 1 and minus 3, so what I need to do here, I'm going to continue. I'll write x squared minus, so since I have 1 and minus 3, so I'll decide to go, so these very two numbers is going to replace the middle number. So I'm going to write plus 1x, that is x. 1x is the same thing as x, because there is x here. Then minus, remember that is minus 3x. Okay, because if you say x minus 3x is going to give me minus 2x. And if you choose the equation, which is 1 and minus 3, 1 times minus 3 is going to give me minus 3. So this is how I got the two numbers. Then 3 here. So now I'm going to factorize this expression. I'll put brackets here. I'll put brackets here. Put brackets here. This is, remember, this is 3. I'll put brackets here to factorize. So when I factorize, this is going to be x. I'll bring out x outside because x is a common factor here. Then I'll put x plus 1. Then I'll factorize this one as well. Bring out minus 3 out. Then x will remain here. Remember, if you say x times x is going to give us x squared. X times 1 is going to give us x. So the same thing here. We bring out minus 3. Minus 3 times x is going to give us minus 3x. So since minus 3 is outside, so I'm going to put plus 1 here. Because minus 3, minus times plus is minus. 3 times 1 is 3. So you can see this and this are the same. They are common. I'm going to pick 1. Then pick x and minus 3. So this is the same thing as x minus 3 and then common, pick this because either one, because they are common. So x plus 1. So you can see these are the factors. X minus 3 and x plus 1 are the remaining, the other remaining factors apart from this. So the three of them are x minus 3, x plus 1 and x plus 5. These are the factors of this polynomial expression, because if you multiply the three of them, you're going to get this one back. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more.